guys, it's Parsifal. I also go by Will, and I am back for another, I wouldn't really call this a topic video, it's probably going to be labeled as such, but it's more like a babbling video, and it's kind of partially to explain sort of my processes when I do art, but also partially just like, I don't know, it's just something I kind of want to talk about. It's been on my list of things to talk about for a while, and I didn't really know how to approach this subject until I figured maybe I should just sort of start by just talking, which feels obvious, but I don't know, like, just having it as a conversation starter might help me get through this. In terms of the art, I am drawing an art trade from last year. It's The Anesthesiologist, owned by Moxie Foxy or Hakitaki. The account is different depending on which site you're on, so I will I will say both. But yeah, as usual, if you want to mute the video and just watch the Speedpaint, put on your own music, feel free, go ahead. But yeah, I'm just gonna talk for a little bit about fandoms and how I really can't keep up with fandoms. It's a lot more work than I think people are really given credit for to keep up with fandoms. And like, when I first started out as an artist, and I first wanted to start doing commissions and, you know, get noticed and get seen, everyone said, oh, do fandom art, do fan art, make some fandom content, that's how you're gonna get noticed. And, like, I'm not gonna say that's not true, because I do feel like it is very true in this day and age, and I don't really have a solution to it, but I do feel like that's a lot more work than people really make it out to be. When I was younger, I thought that maybe being a con table artist might be a nice thing, because I had several friends who did that, but I am not really someone who does a lot of fan art. It doesn't really give me that same endorphin rush as drawing my own OCs. I don't feel as satisfied when I'm doing fan art as I do when I draw my own stuff and my own content. And it's not anything against fan art, it's just not really my thing. But it's also like, when you're drawing stuff for fan art, if you want to get noticed, you really need to do something that's current, something that has a large fandom, and even then, you might not really, like, get it. You gotta be consistent about it. You gotta continue drawing new content that's relevant to whatever's happening currently in the show. You have to draw a lot of it, draw it consistently enough for someone to see it and, like, recognize it. You can't just do a one-off fan art piece and then be like, okay, now I'm gonna get popular. It's gotta be, like, a consistent thing. And for some fandoms, that's a thing that I'm capable of doing. I still am a part of Thrilling Intent, which is probably the biggest fandom that I'm really in, that I make content for. I'm in bigger fandoms, but I don't really super duper make content for them a lot. But I struggle with keeping up with fandoms. Like, I'm so behind on Thrilling Intent and stuff like that. And musical fandoms are nice too. At least then you don't have to, like, be updated with that, because it's just like a movie or one thing. But it's like, I don't know really how to describe it, but I struggle to keep up with fandoms because they're always changing. And you know, if you want to get popular through fan art, you have to make a lot of stuff, and you have to make it consistently, and it has to be good quality stuff. And that's subjective, but generally it has to be something that, like, catches people's eye, and that people want to follow you for. And keeping up with the new fandoms as they come out, the new shows that people like, the new stuff that gets popular, it's really difficult, because, like, you're constantly having to watch new stuff, you're constantly having to experience new stuff, and I don't know about anyone else, but I really barely have the attention span to watch shows anymore. It's real difficult for me. I can't, like, I have stuff that I have that runs in the background, but I don't really have the mental energy to continuously watch and keep up with stuff. I think the only one that I'm currently keeping up with fandom-wise, it's a big fandom, is I keep track of the Miraculous Ladybugs episodes that come out. But, like, I don't do that much fan art for it. It's difficult for me. It's hard. Because you have to be on top of things and watch stuff as soon as it comes out, and then draw stuff as soon as it comes out, as soon as possible. You have to do it, and you have to do it now. And, like, goodness gracious, that is just so much effort. And I understand that a lot of people get super inspired by their fandoms. That's really awesome, and that's really cool. But, like, I wish it were easier for me and people like me who don't super get inspired by fan art super easily. It's great, but it's also, like, because it's great to be able to draw my own stuff, but it's also just, I don't know, like, I'm happy to be a part of fandoms when I'm able to, but it's exhausting to keep up with them and consistently watch new stuff and go back and watch it. And I feel like I'm talking about something strange and paradoxical, because it's like saying that it's exhausting to try and relax, because fandoms are supposed to be enjoyable. They're supposed to be for fun. They're supposed to be something that, like, you just enjoy doing, and it's relaxing and stuff like that, and exciting and happy, and making content for it. It's supposed to be, you know, enjoyable. But yeah, I don't know. I find it very exhausting. I don't know if that's the mental illness talking. I don't know whether that's just me. If you feel the same way, please let me know in the comments, because I'd love to know what everyone else's experience with trying to keep up with fandoms are. But, like, I have no clue what's popular now. I guess Marvel's coming back. Oh, I know Good Omens right now is pretty popular. As a note, I am recording this, September 2019 for time stuff. The Steven Universe movie just came out, and that's a big thing right now. But I have no clue what new anime is popular. What would sell at anime conventions? Is the Promised Neverland still a thing? Like, I guess, like, that one's relatively new, but I don't know how active that one is. I think My Hero Academia, Boku no Hero Academia is a thing. I think it came out with a relatively recent season. I have no idea, because the other thing with fandom stuff is you have so many things with fandoms. Are you keeping up with the video game fandom, with the anime fandom? Like, Fire Emblem Three Houses, I know, is a video game that came out recently. Everyone's hyped about that. The new Pokemon game comes out in November. Everyone's hyped about that. Pokemon's a big fandom. All the new Pokemon that are coming out is going to be pretty awesome. I think everyone's pretty excited in the horror video game community about Man of Medan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's like it's from the same people who did the Until Dawn horror game, apparently. I don't even know if that's accurate. Like, I don't like, horror video games is also completely different than, like, normal video games. And now that people are streaming tabletop games on Twitch and podcasts and stuff, that's a big thing now. So that's another fandom that people have to keep up with. What's the musical fandom into now? Dear Evan Hansen. No, people aren't into Dear Evan Hansen anymore. Be More Chill just got a new release on Broadway. I think Hadestown just released an album this year. What other musicals are coming out? I don't know. It's really hard to keep track of, like, what musicals are popular, what video games are popular, what horror video games are popular, what anime is popular, what movies are popular. That's like what, 6, 7 things to keep track of, and it's just like, whew. I don't understand how people can do that. It seems like it's just such a struggle. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just want to talk about that for a bit. Share my experiences with that. Please let me know if you have any tips for keeping up with fandom stuff. Oh, I didn't even touch webcomics. What webcomic fandoms are out there now? Lore Olympus, I think, is popular. I don't know. But in the comments, let me know what's popular that you guys are indulging in. I'm probably not going to watch it immediately because I am super slow with fandoms. It takes me like 10 years to get to stuff, and like it takes me a while to just sit down and watch stuff. I've currently been watching Lucifer, which is getting a new season soon on Netflix, the 5th and final season. But Lucifer's been out for ages, and that's not even getting into the fact that it used to be a comic book before. Like, I am so slow on this. Like, I just I can't keep up with fandom. There's just so much, and I have to take breaks between things because I'm not really good at binge watching stuff. I don't know. It's just not something I can really do very easily. I get bored. But yeah, let me know what you guys are watching or reading or playing or indulging in recently. And include whether it's a video game or a horror game or whatever major fandom that's part of. And let me know if you feel the same about how hard it is to keep up with fandoms. Because fandom hopping is a thing that people do, and it's a necessary thing if you want to remain relevant in the culture, artistical zeitgeist, or whatever the heck. I'm saying words that I only partially know the meaning of, but you know what I mean. I'm fancy, schmancy, over speaking. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird and it's difficult, and I struggle with it. Let me know if you guys struggle with it too. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, that is about all I have on my Babble thoughts for that. Let me send you guys to the outro. Bye! Well, that's the end of this video. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section, or contact me on any of my social media, which is linked in the description below. I also have my Patreon there if you guys want to throw a monthly donation at me. Thanks so much for your support. I'll see you next time. Bye!